Alright, so this is a tough one, because I'm not even gonna lie. This feels like the end of an era. Free Epic Zanetti, one of the most reliable, most loved, most used right-backs in eFootball, might finally be getting replaced. And yeah, I know some of you don't want to hear that, but we need to talk about it properly because Konami just dropped a new version, and when you actually compare both cards side by side, you start to realize something very important. This is not just a small upgrade, this is a calculated one. And the first thing we need to establish is this. Both cards have the same playstyle, offensive wingback, which means in-game, they're going to behave very similarly. They're both going to push forward, support the attack, overlap on the wing, and still recover defensively. So this is not a situation where one feels completely different from the other. No, this is literally a direct comparison. Same role, same responsibilities, same type of movement. So the only thing that really matters here is the stats, and that's where things get interesting. Let's start with the attacking side, because this is where you'll notice the first differences, and it's subtle, but it matters, because the new Zanetti has 76 attacking awareness compared to 75 on the free version. Not a big jump, but still slightly better positioning going forward. And then ball control, 77 versus 76. Again, small difference, but it adds up over time, especially when you're receiving the ball under pressure. And then dribbling is the same at 81, so no change there, but tight possession. 81 on the new one versus 82 on the free one, which is actually interesting because the free version is slightly better in that area, and that's something you will feel in close control situations. But then we move to passing, and yeah, this is where the new card starts to pull ahead properly, because 90 low pass versus 86, that's a noticeable difference. That's cleaner build-up, more accurate passes, especially in tight situations, and then 85 lofted pass versus 83. Again, better crossing, better switches, better overall distribution, so offensively, the new Zanetti is just more refined, more consistent, and more reliable when it comes to moving the ball. Now let's talk about finishing and shooting, which, let's be honest, is not really why you're using Zanetti in the first place, but still, it matters sometimes because 68 finishing versus 66, slight upgrade, header 74 versus 71, again better, place kicking 65 versus 60, curl 72 versus 65. Yeah, the new card is just more complete in every offensive aspect, even if it's not his main role, it just gives you more options, like those occasional long shots, crosses, or even set pieces if needed. But now, let's get into the real battle, the pace and physical side, because this is where things get very interesting, because the free Zanetti actually looks faster, 97 speed versus 94, 93 acceleration versus 91, and I'm not even gonna lie, that's a big deal, because in-game, pace is one of the most important things for a fullback, especially when you're dealing with fast wingers, counterattacks, and recovery runs, and the free version clearly wins in raw speed. But here's the thing, the new Zanetti trades that speed for something else, physicality, because 84 physical contact versus 78, yeah, that's a huge difference. And in the current meta, physical contact matters a lot because it determines how well your defender can handle duels, how easily they get pushed off the ball, and how strong they feel overall. And that's where the new Zanetti becomes more solid, more stable, and harder to bully. And then you add balance, 85 versus 93, okay. The free version is actually better here, which explains why he feels very smooth and agile in-game. But again, the new version is more about strength and control rather than pure agility. Now stamina, 98 versus 102. Yeah, the free Zanetti is an absolute machine. He literally runs the entire game without stopping, and that's something people love about him, but let's be honest. 98 stamina is still more than enough. You're not really losing much here. Both cards can last the whole match easily, so it's not a major factor. But now, the most important part, defending. Because this is where Zanetti really earns his place in your team, and this is where the new version clearly shows why it exists. Because 90 defensive awareness versus 86, that's a noticeable upgrade, better positioning, better reading of the game, and then 95 defensive engagement versus 90. Again, more active, more aggressive in pressing and interceptions, and then tackling, 94 versus 90. Yeah, the new Zanetti is just better. Defensively, more reliable, more consistent, and more effective when it comes to actually winning the ball. And aggression is the same at 91. So both cards still have that fighting spirit, that intensity, that ability to press and challenge opponents, but overall, the new version is just stronger defensively. So when you combine everything together, what do we actually have here? The free Zanetti is faster, more agile, and has slightly better balance and stamina, while the new Zanetti is more complete, better passer, stronger physically, and more solid defensively. So let me know in the comments if you think this new Zanetti will replace the old one, or if he is just a scam.